2 weeks later, they brought a specific figure that 39,000 people were going to die.
Greetings, my family. Welcome again to Direct TV, bringing to you the truth. Welcome, my family, to this special episode of my video. How are you doing? How is your day going? And right in today's video, guys, I'm here with the man of God again, by person of the highly esteemed Reverend Tom Amekana. You know, it's such an amazing session. All right, I'm still going through it, like I said in my previous video. And in the first day, all right, he actually shared something, all right, that actually happened during those times that they had lockdowns, all right. And this is a very important message. I actually came across this message from one of my brother that shares a lot about the man of God, Prophet Uebert. You can go to his channel and subscribe. All right, so it was actually when I listened to the message, all right, I had to go and bring it for you, all right, where the man of God, Reverend Tom, shared about what happened in the lockdown and how in Abuja, Nigeria, they wanted to actually started, or they already started. They went and got the land that they want to be burying people, because they said people are going to be dying in their masses. Anyways, you got to listen to this, and I thank God for the man of God, Reverend Dr. Chris. I thank God that the church prayed, and that is why it didn't happen. Watch this, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for those of you that are coming new to my channel. Watch this. I'll be right back.
Let your light so shine. But he said, as long as I'm in the world, I'm the light of the world. Jesus is not here now. I am here now. I am the light of the world. Let me tell you what happened. During the COVID pandemic. Yes, that's what it was, the pandemic. You know what they said was going to happen in Africa? People were going to be falling down by their thousands and dying. Now, you would think that they were joking. They knew what they planned. They knew what they planned to do to people in Africa and, of course, in other parts of the world. So, in the city where I was, the Federal Capital Territory in Nigeria, in Abuja, they brought information that this was lockdown time, lockdown. People were in their homes, and the ministry that was responsible for lands, they called the officials, gave them special pass to the office, and they were told to go and look for, this was done secretly, to go and look for land that government will immediately acquire for mass graves that people were going to. Now, I'm not kidding. This is not, I'm not giving you information that as it really happened. They gathered in the office and they were briefed. Go out, gave them passes so that when they come to the police checkpoint, they will be allowed to pass. Look for land that they will use for mass graves, that thousands of people were going to die. The information reached me. And I said, in this city, you are a liar, devil. I said, nobody's dying here. Now, you see, that's why I said, when you read the scriptures, locate yourself. Because sometimes people are deceived to think, oh, there are many, many Christians. I didn't know who else heard. And I don't know who heard and went to sleep that will not do something about it. So I called our pastors and leaders. I said, nobody's dying here. We better start praying. I said, we are the salt of the earth. We preserve lives in this city. And we began to pray. 2 weeks later, they brought a specific figure that 39,000 people were going to die. They called them again, and by this time, they acquired 12 hectares of land and moved machine there and put security officials around the place so that nobody, you couldn't, normal place you just drive, you could not slow down in that place because, they were doing something. And I said, we added fasting. I said, nobody's dying here. We started praying. We were fasting and praying. We preserve lives in this city. Nobody's dying. Nobody's dying. We preserve life. We are the salt of the earth. We're the salt of this city. As we prayed, the surrounding estates to that piece of land, the information leaked to them that the activities that were going on in their neighborhood was they were clearing the lands and digging for graves. They launched out and marched out by their numbers that the security people had to run away. They could not handle. They said, no graves in our neighborhood. They chased them away, and from that day till the lockdown ended, not even a lizard died. So I said that for you to know that God holds you responsible. When there was war in Liberia and then in Sierra Leone, where they were committing all kinds of atrocities, there's something the man of God started saying when the war in Liberia started. He said, where are the Christians in that country? That's just what he kept. Where are the Christians in that country? How can they allow this to happen? Then he broke out in Sierra Leone. The same thing he was saying. You know how many years ago that was? The war that broke out when Charles Taylor and the rest is it Doe, who was the one that was dead? And way back, that's what the man of God said. That Christians should learn to take the responsibility to pray for their country and prevent such chaos and catastrophe. You understand? So he says you are the light of the world. You have to light men's lives out of darkness into light. That's why he left you here. You have to understand. If you don't do it, you are assuming someone else will do it. But God's not looking at someone else, he's looking at you, because it is your responsibility to do it. If it was for you to go to heaven, the moment you said Jesus is Lord of my life, you would have been transported. The population would have reduced in this world. And everybody that gets born again, God will immediately rapture them to heaven. But he left us here for a purpose. Think about me. Think about the number of people that have been born again since I got saved. That's the reason God left me here. And were it not for that, maybe they would have perished. They would have gone to hell. And I'm still on the job until the rapture. Are you hearing me? It's your responsibility. Your responsibility, and you must know that and take that responsibility seriously. Seriously. If any man be in Christ is a new creature, all things are passed away. Behold, all things have become new. And all things are of God, who had reconciled us to himself and given to us the ministry of reconciliation. He gave us the responsibility, the ministry of reconciliation. The next verse it says, to wit that God was in Christ reconciling the world unto himself, not imputing men's trespasses unto them. In other words, God is no longer accusing men of their sins, but has committed unto us the message, the word of reconciliation. He's committed unto us the message of reconciliation. He said to Ezekiel, Son of man, I have made you a watchman over the house of Israel. That's what he said in Ezekiel chapter 3. I made you a watchman over the house of Israel. And he says, therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning for me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life. Watch now, to save his life. The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand. Then he says, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. You are free from the blood. Like Paul said, he said, I'm free from the blood of all men. I told you yesterday, I told you where you have influence. Your biological circle of relationships. I told you, as much as it is important to go to the restaurants and those you meet on the streets, we want soul winning with accountability. Say accountability. This is soul winning with accountability.
Alright, my family, there you have it with the man of God by person of the highly esteemed Reverend Tom Amekena. You see, I love this man of God a lot. Alright, Reverend Tom, I saw a post some time back where somebody said, the friendship between the man of God Reverend Tom and Pastor Chris need to be studied, because he has been with Pastor Chris right from the very beginning. Not everybody had such discipline to stay. All right, and imagine staying for somebody for that long, and then you still hold the person in high esteem. He really needs to be studied, and I want to thank him so much for such a powerful and wonderful message that he's passing, and what they did to stop that in Abuja. You see, the federal capital territory, Abuja, that was where they wanted to make this thing happen. They said people are supposed to die. Oh God, I mean, what is in the heart of some humans? How can you just sit down and plot for the death of another person? What is in the heart of some people? But as well, that's why the church is praying. That's why we'll keep praying and keep praying and keep praying. And I thank God that the church prayed, and such act or such plan was liquidated. Alright guys, I really believe you are blessed in today's video, and I'd love to hear from you what has blessed you. For those of you coming new to my channel, kindly hit the subscribe button, subscribe, and if you ever like the video, hit the like button, like today's video guys. See you in my next video. Bye.